Tonight will be performed by the Sneak State College Street Singers under the direction of Renee Pierce. Before the performance of the national anthem, we'd like to ask everyone to observe a moment of silence in remembrance of the victims of the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001.
.240, a junior. At left guard, Austin Lowry, 5'9", 170, a senior. At center, Will Towers, 5'11", 200, a senior. At right guard, Paul Anderson, 6'2", 185-pound junior. At right tackle, David Abney, 6 feet, 220, a junior. At split end, Dante Spurgeon, 5'10", 170, a senior. The flankers are T.J. Vine, 6'2", 195, a senior. And Jerron Looney, 6'1", 190, a junior. The quarterback is veteran Michael Reeves, 6'2", 180, a senior. And at running back will be Tyree Roberts, a 5'8", 185-pound senior. That's your probable starting lineup for Albertville. They're coached by Joel Poole. For Boaz, at defensive tackle, Blake Rampy, 5'11", 185, a junior. At nose guard, Ethan Brown, 5'10", 225, a senior. At defensive tackle, Logan Van, 5'10", 215, a senior. At linebacker, Tyler Martin, 6 feet, 165, a junior. Corbin Battles, 5'10", 165, a senior. Josh Kerr, 5'11", 185, a junior. And the rover is Zach Nation, 5'10", 170, a sophomore. Cornerbacks, Casey Wood, 5'9", 150, a sophomore. Colin Langley, 5'10", 155, a senior. And the safeties are Ethan Baker, 6'3", 180, a senior, and Blake Truitt, 6 feet, 165, a senior. Offensively for Boaz, Baker's the split end. The left tackle is Harley Pepper, 6 feet, 190, a senior. At left guard, Daniel McGuire, 5'11", 185, a senior. The center, Jake Patterson, 5'11", 215, a senior. Right guard, Josh Kerr, junior, 5'11", 185. The right tackle, Emmanuel Aragon, 5'9", 200, a senior. The flanker on one side will be Brian O'Donnell, 5'11", 170, a senior. The quarterback will be Blake Truitt, 6 feet, 165, a senior. Fullback Logan Van, 5'10", 250, a senior. And at tailback, Colin Langley, 5'10", 155, a senior. And also Andrew Thompson, the flanker, 5'11", 165, a junior. That's your probable starting lineup for the Boaz Pirates. They are coached, of course, by Drew Knowles in his 11th year at Boaz. I'm proud to bring in my good friend, statistician and analyst Ricky Smith.
Thank you, Patrick. A brief rain shower just went through here, just a little bit enough to dampen everybody, but I don't think it dampened the enthusiasm for this this crowd. I know the communities, especially Boaz, has been fired up about this all week since last week, and I've been ready to play also. Both sides are pretty packed full. You got your normal crowd of sitting in the end zone bleachers, and should be a good one. One thing Boaz has got to do, as Coach Knowles said, and I think you mentioned, they've got to quit putting the ball on the ground. Luckily, they haven't lost a lot of those fumbles, and it hasn't hurt them. But eventually, against a better opponent, it's gonna come back to bite us. The Boaz Pirates coming out onto the field now. Albertville on the other side. For Albertville, they just want to get their series back. I mean, they pretty much owned this series up until the last 10 years. Boaz has made it a competitive series, and Boaz won 8 in a row. But Albertville, they've got it in their head. They want to get it back, and it's going to be big for one of these teams to get off to a good start. You got to believe the first few minutes of the game is going to be played on emotions, and after that, you're going to settle down and play ball.
Elsewhere in the region tonight, Fort Payne is at Arab, Madison County at Etowah, Scottsboro at Southside. This is the 717th game in Boaz football history, 305, 390, and 21. And Albertville comes out in their all whites with the black headgear, the black numerals trimmed in red. Boaz in their home cardinal trimmed in white. The white numerals, the gray pants trimmed in cardinal and white. Cardinal headgear with the Pirate flag logo on the side of the helmet. Want to remind you that you can catch this game live audio on www.boazk12.org. Actually, that's live video.
Yes.
Tonight, you can catch the game just like if you were watching it on television. So log on to your computer, and you can watch this game, listen to our commentary, or WBSAAM.com for audio, and, of course, AM 1300 WBSA. So we're ready to start it. Nathan Davis handling it for Horizon Sports, Wayne Caudle, Barry Latham, Internet Services, our spotters, Joe Maples and Troy Rogers, statistician and analyst Ricky Smith. I'm Patrick Williams, and we are underway as Nathan Spence gets a leg into it, and it'll come down to Colin Langley at the 5, 10, 15. Found a hole, 20, 25. He's in the clear at the 30, trying to outrun a man at the 35. He does, cuts it back at the 40, and they will run him down on the far sideline on about the 40-yard line. A good return for Langley, and the Boaz Pirates will start with good field position here, 1st and 10 from their own 40.
35-yard return that time by Colin. He was averaging 29 yards a return coming into the game, so good blocking. And then Colin kind of broke it off to the right and picked up a good gain.
You might see some red digital numbers over on the far sideline. That will be some of the things that Albertville are using to send in plays. Boaz has Blake Truitt lining up with an I formation behind him, under center. First time we've seen this all year long. Truitt will give to Langley, who's dotting the I. He found room. He is almost breaking it, but he is tripped up at the last second by number 25. That's Jacob Champion, the middle linebacker, but not before Langley sprints his way up to the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 8 on first down, Ricky.
Good blocking on that right side, and we thought we might see, Coach Knowles had talked about possibly coming out in an I formation. We did see that in the Jamboree in Plainview, but basically that was just to show. But they've gone with that. A lot of the reason is to help out with the snaps, the problems on the snaps that they've had.
Here's Truitt. He is going to leave it on the stretch play with Langley. He is going to be close to his first down as he was tripped up. A man lying on the ground trying to get blocked. Damian Gomez, the nose tackle, able to get his arm up, and they're going to say that he was stopped short at midfield, so he'll need, about a
half
foot?
A yard, yeah.
To get the first down. The Boaz fans booing. They felt like the spot was poor, and I don't disagree. Baker will come wide left. Andrew Thompson is the slot man to the left, and Bryant O'Donnell is wide right, and they will go with Van lining up behind Truitt, and he will leave it again with Colin, and Langley is powering his way forward. He has the Boaz first down, and they will move the chains. Look like number 25, Champion, again in there on the stop for the Aggies, and he's their bell cow on defense, Ricky. He's only a sophomore, 6'2", 210, and he's the one that calls the plays in the huddle and plays that middle linebacker position, gets them where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, he's their quarterback of their defense.
So Boaz again, this time they will break up the I, and they will go shotgun with 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Van will be in there as a blocking back. He goes right, now left, now back right. Albertville showing blitz. Here's Thompson in motion. They will fake it, and Blake Truitt's going to keep. He is dancing his way forward across the Albertville 45 and into the 43, and it was again Champion on the stop for Albertville. Blake Truitt has rushed 37 times for 69 yards on the season, but that's not really a true test, Ricky, of how good he's been, because much of his rushing total has been discounted because taking a knee from the shotgun position to ice the game. So he actually has garnered a lot more positive yards than 69
Yeah, last
yards.
week he actually had 80 yards rushing positive. But
stretch play to Langley, hurdled over a man and stuck while he was in the air. He's in for a couple of yards to about the 42-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Pirates. The ball is at the 42 of Albertville.
Big 3rd down coming up here, coming into the game. Boaz was 6 of 19, 32% converting on 3rd downs. They're already 1 of 1 in this game, so big 3rd down here to keep the drive alive.
Andrew Thompson comes out, and Ethan Davis checks in. He'll be the wide out to the right. I believe this is the first time I've seen him play offense this year. Here's a Langley in motion from the near side, far side to the near. Truitt wants to take it on it himself, fake to pass. He's into the 35-30. He's inside the 25. He's all the way down close to the 20-yard line. And it was Riley Honey who might have made a touchdown-saving tackle. It looked like they were wanting to pass. May have been a pass-run option. And Truitt found a lane, and it was wide open down to the 22.
I think that's what it was. It was a run-pass option. We knew we were going to see a lot of that with Blake this year. And I don't know if he had anybody open, but he saw the opening and picked up 20 yards.
All right, 1st and 10 Boaz at the Aggie 22. They'll go back with the I formation. Langley behind Van, who comes set. They'll leave it with Collin. Collin met in the backfield and driven backwards. It looked like it was number 50, Austin Lowry, one of the linebackers who made the play. No gain. They'll get him right there at the line of scrimmage.
Good play that time by Lowry. Just to shoot through, and he got Collin before he got going.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 as O'Donnell and Baker will flank wide right. O'Donnell will be in the slot. Now they'll actually put him close to the line. It's almost a double wing look with O'Donnell on the right and Thompson on the left. Now Truitt audibling with 8 seconds on the clock. Here is a fake, and he is going to look to throw. He's in trouble, and he can't get out of it. They'll sack him. That one never developed, and the first man there was big number 58 for the Aggies. And he's not on my roster.
That's back to the 31-yard line, so a loss of 9 yards.
We'll give credit to Gomez for making the play there. And Boaz back to the 31, and they'll face 3rd and 19. Looked like he was trying to go to Baker on the play, but couldn't get it away.
Good coverage over there by Albertville.
That puts Boaz out of field goal range from there, so they'll need to get some yardage to get Emmanuel Aragon an opportunity to kick if they don't get the 1st down here on 3rd down. They are looking to throw. Albertville bringing heat. Truitt's in trouble. He'll throw it to Thompson, trying to stay in bounds down inside the 20, but they'll drive him out at about the 18, and Boaz will be about 7 yards short. It was Seth Davis, the safety, who came up and would not allow Thompson to get free after he caught it at the 18. So it'll be 4th down, and we'll say 7 from the Albertville 18. And Coach Knowles has a decision to make here. Do you kick? It looks like they're sending Davis in with a play from the sidelines. It looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
It'll be about a 35-yard field goal, and Coach Knowles choosing at this time to go and try to pick up the 1st down. You got Baker, looks like one-on-one coverage over here on the near side.
You see, Ricky, they're bringing a lot of heat when Boaz goes back to pass, and I think Boaz wants to talk about it. 6:41 to play here in the 1st quarter, and Boaz calls timeout to talk this 4th down play over. This is the Boaz Network.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for Bullfrog Spas and Swim Spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050. Shane Vandegrift and the Lake Guntersville Real Estate team are proud supporters of the Guntersville City Schools and Wildcat Athletics. They encourage you to get out and support your local sports. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, the best call you can make is Lake Gunnersville Real Estate at 256-582-0112. Visit their informative website, shanev.com. They're your source for real estate in the Lake Gunnersville area. They'll support you through the entire process, just like they support the Wildcats.
Screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Pliers.
Pliers.
Phone. Care can be distracting.
Phone.
That's why our new Whirlpool Smart Range lets you care smarter with control from anywhere. So life doesn't revolve around your range.
Give me that Phillips screwdriver, would you, kiddo?
Every day, care. Whirlpool.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bonds Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunner.
You walk in the door, it's a hometown atmosphere, just a great place to purchase a vehicle.
We're going to do what we say we're going to do.
I've been a customer for over 8 years and I love it.
The customer can relax and feel like that there's no pressure.
We've had a very good experience.
I will come back here to buy whatever cars that we are going to buy in the future.
We don't try to steer you in a different direction.
For us, we don't need to go anywhere else.
We want everyone that walk in that feel like they're at home, that they're part of our family. Because at Sand Mountain Toyota, we are more than a dealership.
First Baptist Church of Gunnersville is another proud supporter of Gunnersville High School. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the seasons.
To play in quarter number one, no score. This is the first possession of the game. Ricky and Boaz has held it for they've held it for over 5 minutes on the clock.
Well, that's one thing that Boaz and Coach Knowles wants to do. Obviously they want to get points, but they also want to take time off the clock. And with this drive, at least half of the first quarter almost is gone.
Boaz will go with an empty backfield on this 4th down and 7 at the Albertville 18. Truitt loading up the shotgun. Here's Colin in motion. They will fake to him. Truitt's under pressure in the end zone. He's throwing it over the head of Baker. He had to throw that one quicker than he wanted to, Ricky, and overthrew him. And so Albertville holds. They bent, but they did not break, did the Aggies. And they will take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Well, let's see if the Boaz defense, who has played well in the first 2 games, only giving up an average of 213 yards per game. This is going up against an Albertville team that struggled offensively last week against Southside, and we'll see what they're going to do.
They will go with 4 wide receivers, and Michael Reeves is the quarterback. He's been starting since he was a sophomore. Tyree Roberts in the backfield with him. And I believe Roberts is wearing number 5 tonight, Ricky. There is an option to Roberts. Boaz has him strung out, tries to turn the corner, and he'll get about 2 or 3 yards on the play, but well defensed, especially by Corbin Battles over there.
Right. He was the first person to kind of string it out and only give up a couple of yards on that option.
2nd and 8 up to the 20. The ball nose in at the 20 as they will go with Dante Spurgeon wide right and T.J. Vines in the slot to the right, and Tanner Jones and Jerron Looney wide left. Reeves barking signals he is going to take the deep snap. Pass is thrown toward Roberts.
Pretty much threw it at his feet.
Yeah, incomplete. Again, Battles was defending. And time called, and it is the heat timeout. And, boy, we need it tonight. Started out at game time. It was about 87 degrees. So 5:57 to play in the quarter. No score. Albertville with the ball when we return. This is the Boaz Network.
Visit Boaz Discount Drugs and Johnson Hallmark in their new location just up the street on the corner of Highway 168 and Elizabeth Street in Boaz. Same helpful, friendly service with personal attention to each prescription. Boaz Discount Drugs is your prescription compounding specialist with custom medications to fit your needs. And Johnson's Hallmark is your source for all occasion cards and gift items.
With gas prices and inflation at an all-time high, Alexander Ford understands it's tough out there. We do not want to be just some dealership, we want to be your dealership. For all your sales, parts, and service needs, we believe we can save you money. We have new inventory on the way, a fully stocked parts department, and an award-winning service department.
Alexander Ford has been family owned and operated for over 50 years in Boaz. We want to be a part of your family.
Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Their son, Tyler Neighbors, is on the Pirate squad. And
maybe our good friend Coach Eric White up in Moorhead, Kentucky, told me was going to be watching, so maybe he's looking in also.
3rd down and 8 for Albertville. And Reeves took a look at the sideline, and now they will check their armbands. And looks like there's a little bit of confusion. The play clock's down to 5 here. And Reeves 1 second on the play clock, and they don't get it off. I don't know what was going on there, Ricky, taking a delay of game, or no, they did spend a timeout before time expired, but coming out of a timeout, that's sort of an odd occurrence. So we'll take another break. No score. This is the Boaz Network. And Albertville has spent its first timeout of the half.
You noted before we went to break that that's kind of odd coming off of the heat timeout that you end up having to call another timeout or get a delay of game.
Well, this place is standing room only. There are people standing all along the fences 2 and 3 deep. Here is Reeves wanting to run the option, and he is really nailed in there. I think Baker was the one who lowered the shoulder and hit Reeves right in the gut. He spun forward, but he's nowhere near the first down.
Gain, but up to the 25-yard line, so he got 5, but 4th and 3.
And Boaz will go back to receive the kick, and Nathan Spence, who is a terrific kicker, will go back into punt formation for the Aggies. Colin Langley deep, and his personal protector is Andrew Thompson. And Colin is standing inside Boaz territory at about the 45. Spence waiting on the snap. It goes over his head, and it's going to go into the end zone. And Spence is going to have to, can he jump on it? He does, and that is a safety. The snap went completely over Spence's head. There was nothing he could do about it. He ran back there and tried to kick it out of the end zone and missed it. And had to come back and fall on it because I believe it was Battles who was boring in there to try to get a touchdown for the Pirates. So a 2-0 Boaz lead with 5:05 to play here in the first quarter. So the Pirates will get it back. They will have to free kick, Ricky, from their own 20 here. That is not what Albertville wanted to do, but give credit to the Boaz defense, stopping them deep in their territory.
And we talked about the rain. I don't think that would have been a problem with the ball being too slick because I don't think it rained that much. It just went way over his head, and it almost went out. It stopped about a yard shy of the back line, and like you said, Spence tried to kick it, but overran it and had to turn around and fall back, or Corbin Battles was right there ready to fall on it for a touchdown.
So you think that Boaz will get good field position out of this, Ricky? We'll see. They are going to kick from the 20. And the Boaz deep line, which features Colin Langley in the middle, and on his right, Tez Jacobs, and on his left, Tyler Neighbors. You would think they're standing at their own 30, so You would think Boaz would get good field position out of this situation, although Spence has a very strong leg. And he is kicking off the tee. He chooses not to punt it, which that kicking off the tee I think is more of his bread and butter anyway. So smart move on his part. So the Pirates stand to get one back here and have a 2-0 lead all of a sudden. And the Albertville stands went really quiet, Ricky. Spence's kick is going to come down to Neighbors at 32, 35. Needs a block, 40. Looking for room. He tripped over his own man. And he'll sprint up to about the 43, maybe the 45-yard line.
Good field position nonetheless. I think at the 44 is where they're going to mark it.
We'll give credit to Sam Johnson, number 27, for making the stop for the Aggies. And it'll be 1st and 10 Boaz at their own 44. Did a good job moving the chains and holding the ball, but they got no points on their last drive. Let's see what they can do with a modest 2-0 lead here. They will again go with the I formation and 3 wideouts. No tight end in the game. Van lining up in front of Langley. Colin gets the call, running left. Can't find a lot of room. He'll sprint forward for about 3 yards. And it looked like Austin Lowry had him by the ankle and pulled him down from behind. That's going to be a gain of about 3. 2nd down and 7 for the Pirates. Ball on the near side hash as Boaz is moving right to left here in this backyard brawl, 67th annual. Truitt under center, takes a snap. He will go with a stretch play. Langley made one man miss, but then he's met by several other white jerseys. Champion, first one there. Lowry again, and it'll be 3rd down after Colin was able to get about a yard. So Boaz faces 3rd and 6 here, Ricky. So the running game on this particular drive having trouble, and Albertville's going with a little bit different look. They're going with a 3-5 as opposed to that 4-3 look that they had a year ago.
It's kind of like they're just daring Boaz to throw the ball. Said, we're going to stop your run.
And they put good pressure on Truitt when Boaz has tried to throw. Here is Blake. He's going to fake. Now he's going to try to bootleg out to the wide side of the field looking to throw. That pass is out of the reach of Brian O'Donnell down along the Albertville 40-yard line. And that will bring up 4th down, and the Pirates will kick here.
Yeah, good coverage by Albertville in the secondary that time. Not letting Bryant get open or any of the other receivers. So Boaz and Colin Langley will be in to punt the ball.
Langley will kick, and Albertville will send double safety formation deep. They've got number 1, Dante Spurgeon, and number 2, Stephon Henderson back there to receive the Langley punt. And no rush by the Aggies, and Colin will kick this one short and off the side of his foot, and it will come out and fall out of bounds at the Aggie 33, where they will have it 1st and 10. So Albertville, who gave Boaz 2 points early in this game, will take back over offensively to see if they can take.
Yeah, we'll see if Albertville's made any kind of adjustments, because they looked pretty bland on their first possession. Try to pass and had a couple of runs stop.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Aggies. Here is a give on misdirection to Albertville's number 26, and he is sprinting ahead for about 6 or 7 yards. That's Jerron Looney, 6'1", 190-pound junior flanker. It was Jansen Hill who made the stop for Boaz.
But an 8-yard pickup.
So it'll be 2nd down and 2 for Albertville, and Langley is limping visibly as he comes to the sideline, and Boaz will get a new man in at corner. That's Neighbors. He will be on the left. And here is Reeves Taking the snap, they'll run the option out to Roberts. Got some room out there this time, 45. He's to the 50. He's to the 45-40. He is still on his feet as he crosses the 35, and he makes his way down to the Boaz 30 before Baker is able to trip him up. And so a good gain on the option play. Boaz had nobody out there in contain, Ricky.
No, somebody hit the quarterback as he pitched it, but that was a little too late. And a good run by Roberts down that other far sideline.
That is by far the biggest play from scrimmage by either team.
28 yards.
Here's Reeves in the shotgun. 3 men wide right, 1 to the left. They'll leave it with Roberts on the delay, trying to go forward, and he is able to get by a man and go forward into about the 25.
I don't know. Colin may have had a cramp because he's kneeling over here on the sideline now. Looks like he's okay.
May just be getting a breather. Boaz is moving a lot of people in defensively, as they always do. 2nd down and 6. We'll give Roberts 4 yards on that first down play. 1 man wide left. I believe that's Jones. 3 men to the right. 1 man in the backfield with Reeves. That's Roberts. Here is Reeves. He's just going to keep it running right. He's in trouble, and he is going to be thrown for a big loss by Battles outside the 30 to the 34-yard line.
And that was just a simple quarterback keeper. He took the snap and sprinted right, but Corbin and I believe maybe another one, I don't know who it was, got a good push in there and kind of forced Reeves to run more backwards, and Boaz dropped him all the way back to the 34, so that's an 8-yard loss.
So now the Aggies face 3rd down and about 15. And they will flip their formation and send the 3 men wide left, and they'll put Jones out here by himself on the right. Reeves in the gun with Roberts. No tight end for the Aggies. And here is a fake and pass by Reeves down the field. He is looking, and that ball is tipped up and caught for incomplete. He dropped it. It was T.J. Vines who was wrestling down there with either Wood or Truitt. It was Truitt who was down there wrestling with him, and he was able to knock it free, I guess. But anyway, he didn't come down with it for the score. And that'll bring up 4th down and 15. And let's see, now Joel Poole will have a decision to make. Do you try to punt them and pin them deep, or do you go for it here on 4th and 15? It looks like their offensive unit is coming back out.
It is. Now watch possibly, I don't know if they do it or not, but watch possibly for maybe Reeves to take the snap. And, you know, pooch punt it. I don't know if that's in their arsenal. They may actually try to take a delay a game or something.
Play clock's at 8. It's 2-0 Boaz here early on. We're in the closing stages of the first quarter. Reeves will drop back. He is looking to throw. He's in a lot of trouble. Boaz giving chase. He's just going to heave that one up. And that man is wide open down by the sideline.
No, he's out of bounds.
And he is out of bounds. No, he is in bounds.
No. Yeah, the back judge over there is signaling incomplete.
Okay. So Boaz takes over.
Yeah, some busted coverage or something.
Jerron Looney was wide open. It looked like Reeves sort of tried to dink him a little bit, Ricky, as he looked like he might just take the snap and try to kick it, but then he sprinted out of there to his left, and Looney wide open. Boaz very, very fortunate there.
Well, I know the back judge on the side, he automatically, right off the bat, gave the incomplete signal.
So Boaz takes over on downs at the 34.
Dodged the bullet again after the long run.
Let's see. Colin is back in there. He will be the slot man to the right.
Well, if nothing else, he got a little bit of a break.
Truitt in the gun, though, this time with Van in the backfield in front of him. Now here's Colin in motion. They will leave it with Colin sweeping left, cut it inside, 35. He is down to about the 39, maybe the 40. That's going to be a gain of about 5 yards on first down. And it was Trevor Miller making the tackle. Trevor Miller was starting on the defensive line a year ago for the Boaz Pirates, but changed schools during the second semester last year. Baker and Nation will flank. They'll be the wide men on either side. Thompson and Colin Langley are the slot men. Here's Truitt faking to Colin, taking it straight ahead. He has his first down as he crosses the 45-yard line. And we have 4 seconds remaining here in the quarter, and that will be the final play when they get the chain set and start the clock. Time is going to run out here. Boaz will take a 2-0 lead to the sideline after quarter number 1. And we will be back with second half action after these words. This is the Boaz Network.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family. Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. RE/MAX Guntersville is a proud supporter of the Guntersville City Schools academics and athletics. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the year. For all your real estate needs, call on the local professional staff at RE/MAX Guntersville, 256-582-5585.
Everything that we do, we try to do the right thing, own our core values and our statement of purpose. That's the way we live each day.
Steve and Marilyn Murphy invite you to visit Harrelson Drugs. In addition to being your trusted healthcare resource, Harrelson carries a great selection of gifts and collectibles. You'll find aisles of the most popular names and brands suitable for any occasion. They're also your source for customized invitations and printing. You'll always find an all-occasion card to say exactly what you feel. Harrelson's also carries convenience groceries from the shelf and from the cooler. Harrelson Drugs on the corner of Obrig and Patterson in Guntersville.
Patrick Williams alongside Ricky Smith as we start the second quarter of play. When we went to break, I said the second half, like a big dope. But it's the second quarter, folks. And Boaz leads 2-0, and they will go 1st and 10 here from their own 45. Look at Brian O'Donnell, Ricky, split way out wide right. Here is a fake. Oh. Truitt is going to keep, but he is going to be locked up by Austin Fusell, the junior linebacker, and he will gain very little on the play. Maybe a half a yard. That was a good play by Fusell.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same play that they've run over and over, but Fusell just was able to get the legs of Blake Truitt and keep him from getting anything going.
Those 5 linebackers are really creeping up, trying to force Boaz to throw the football.
If they do and can get some coverage, you got to think we're going to be able to complete some passes.
Here's Langley in motion. And here is Blake going to sweep right, looking to throw. Has some time, going to throw it deep, and it is way away from anybody that could catch it. Just overthrew him. Manderson was defending Langley, who was intended for, but that ball was nowhere near being caught.
I don't know if he just threw it away because Colin was double covered, or if maybe there was a miscommunication on the route that was supposed to be run. Nonetheless, it brings up 3rd and 9.5.
Clock stopped after the incomplete pass at 11:05 here in the first half.
And that was a very quick first quarter that we played.
It was. Boaz sends a play in by O'Donnell as Zach Nation checks out. Nation normally playing tight end, but Boaz playing without a tight end a lot so far in this game, although they are putting him at wideout. Truitt's going to take the snap. He almost broke away. He saw that first down marker, Ricky, and lying on the ground, I believe it was Austin Smith who reached up. It's amazing how many shoe tackles they are making, and Boaz has a man down. It's Patterson, who is the center. I mentioned early in the game, I mentioned in my open that Patterson is playing with a torn ligament in his knee. We're assuming. I don't think he's had an MRI yet. If he has, I don't know it. But he's in a lot of pain. If he has to come out, then Harley Peppers will move over to the center spot.
Which Harley did a good job last week taking over for Jake after he come out.
Yes, he did.
If you're looking for a rental home or apartment in the Guntersville area, call on Bonds Real Estate. Visit bondsrealestate.com to search their extensive list of available properties. Bonds Real Estate is another proud supporter of Guntersville Wildcat basketball.
Congratulations to Buddy Bunch and his staff at Bunch Pharmacy as they were honored as the 2022 Health Mart National Pharmacy of the Year.
Supreme Courts is your ultimate local indoor facility for competition youth sports, training, and recreation activities. Home to Impact Basketball and Volleyball. Give Jonathan Hyde a call at 256-527-1051. As the Electric Board of Guntersville, we want you to know that we are your partner in the community. And we hope our commitment, character, and integrity shine through every time you meet us as we empower our community to be the best it can be.
As the city of Guntersville continues to grow and prosper, your Guntersville Water Board keeps pace. For more information on the Guntersville Water Board, including fast and easy online bill payment, visit their informative website, gvillewater.com.
Marshall County Gas, a proud sponsor of this community channel broadcast on Horizon Communications. Enjoy the game and make it a point to get out and support your local athletic programs. And remember, gas does it better, naturally.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh. Quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Langley will be punting back deep. Henderson and Spurgeon for Albertville. Boaz still leading 2-0. Colin is going to kick it, line drive. It's going to bounce right into the arms of Spurgeon, trying to get to the outside. He's to the 30, 35, in open field, 40, 45. He's still on his feet at the 50, and tackle made at the Boaz 44-yard line by Casey Wood. But a good return by Spurgeon. And Albertville will start in Boaz territory at the 44. So that is not what they wanted. That one was that
35-yard punt, but I mean it got to him in a couple of seconds.
It was on a line. And the punting game, 3 straight weeks, has lacked a lot to be desired. 2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left for Albertville. Reeves in the shotgun. Roberts is in the backfield with him. Boaz rushing 4. Flag comes out from the referee as Reeves tried to pass on an out pattern to Tyree Roberts and overthrew him, and it's going to be an illegal shift against the Aggies, and I would think Boaz would take this penalty.
That's the first flag of the game, Patrick.
Normally when you see that illegal shift called, it's 2 people that are moving at the snap of the ball.
Be 1st and 15.
I don't know if Boaz is having trouble with their radios, but I see Coach Caleb Pinion, who has come off of the top of the press box and run downstairs with a radio on his head. Well, so they must have a faulty radio down there.
I know Caleb Brown was changing out some batteries in one of them up here before the game started, so maybe a bad one.
1st and 15 for Albertville. Here is a option play by Reeves. Now he's going to flip it out to Roberts. Lots of room, 45-40. Still on his feet as he gets to the 35. And Blake Truitt coming up from the safety spot to make the tackle, but they are getting all kinds of room, Ricky, out there on the corner running that option. Nobody is coming up to take.
Yeah,
Roberts.
Somebody had the quarterback wrapped up.
2nd down and a couple for Albertville, as they now have it at the Boaz 37. They spread the field, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. They will leave it inside this time with Roberts, looking for room. He broke out of a couple of tackles, tries to get outside. He's at the 35-30, and inside the 30, he'll go to the 28.
Dante Spurgeon just kind of pushed Colin Langley in the back out here. I think everybody saw it, and the officials saw it also. So that's going to be, that'll nullify about a 10-yard gain, 8 or 9-yard gain, and we'll back it up from where the flag is at the 32.
So that will cost the Aggies a first down. They will get the down over, but it'll be second down and about 3 or 4, depending on where they put it down. They're going to put it down at the 41, so actually it'll be second down and about 7. So the block in the back occurred well upfield from where the tackle was. Tanner Jones is going to come wide left for the Aggies, and they will send Spurgeon wide right along with Vines and Looney. And this time Roberts has checked out, and they have a new man in the backfield. That's number 38, Colin Wells, 5'11", 180-pound sophomore. Reeves takes the snap. He's going to throw a screen out to Vines, catches it at the line of scrimmage, tries to break out of a couple of tackles, sprints his way forward, and he will be close to the Albertville first down. Jansen Hill on the tackle for Boaz. And they're going to bring the chains in, I believe, Ricky, to measure. 2-0 Boaz with 9:02 to play. But really, after that first drive, Boaz hasn't been able to muster a whole lot offensively.
No, they've got 13 yards passing, 51 rushing. So Albertville with roughly 30 yards rushing, and then that 7-yard pickup right there for a first down.
So the Aggies move the chains here. They're at the 34-yard line of Boaz. Tyree Roberts is back in, and they will put Looney in the backfield. They'll have 2 men in the backfield this time with Reeves, I believe. Yes, in the shotgun. Clock moving at 8:45. Take the snap. They will leave it with Looney. Broke a tackle in the backfield, stepped over a man. He's at the 35. He's inside the 30, and he is going to be hit down at about the 27, maybe the 28. Boaz had a couple of men, Ricky, who had chances at him, and they were unable to make the play. And Looney got 7 yards on first down, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, hit him in the backfield, or had a chance to get him at the line of scrimmage and didn't, and let him pick up 7 yards. So Albertville with deep penetration here to the Boaz 27.
Save for penalties, Albertville's had good positive yardage on every drive, or every play of this drive. Here's Looney again, this time running right, and Boaz is able to put a hat on him there. It looked like Tyler Martin got in there to stop him, along with Zach Parrish and Battles. That's the first time we've called Martin's name tonight.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
You would think that there would be a little bit more urgency there on Martin's part, but then again, he could be getting blocked. You never know. 3rd and 2.5 for Albertville. 7.5 minutes to play. Boaz with a 2-0 lead here midway through the second quarter. Reeves trying to get Boaz to move off sides. Went with a hard count, but now he'll stand up and get an audible from the sideline. 3 seconds on the play clock. He gets it off. He is going to throw underneath, incomplete, and broken up. That was a nice play by Martin, who had responsibilities on T.J. Vines, and he hit him right when the ball got there, and Vines unable to make the play. So now it'll bring up 4th down and 2.5, and Albertville again indicates they will go for it.
Well, you figure them 4th and 2. I'm not sure. You got to figure their kicker's pretty good, Spence, but 4th and 2, the way they've been running the option, I would look for that. Well, I don't know. They're bringing a bunch of people in, so I don't know if that's a field goal unit or not. We will see.
It is indeed. Nathan Spence has the tee, and they're going to put it down.
Probably.
The play clock's winding to 10. They'll never get this off. They are going to really have to hurry.
At the 33, so a 43-yard
43-yarder, slide angle back to the left. Play clock at 1. They are going to blow it dead. And Albertville, I think, spent a timeout before the kick.
Exactly right.
I couldn't tell if the kick went through or not.
It did. I think it was good.
Timeout Albertville, indeed. 7:14 to play. Albertville trying to take the lead here as they try a field goal. Boaz leading it. We'll be back.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Hello, this is Maury Yancey, President of the Lake Gunnersville Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce staff, board, and membership proudly cheer the Wildcats on to victory. When you shop local, you are supporting the future of our young people. The Lake Gunnersville Chamber of Commerce, cheering on the Wildcats.
We know you're looking for a reliable vehicle.
Heading to work? Headed to play. Taking the grandkids to the beach.
Every vehicle comes with a warranty for the length of the contract.
And you get a Carfax with every purchase.
We make everything easy, from the application, the approval, or to the payments.
We're not your ordinary buy here, pay here dealer.
Established in 1946, Kirkpatrick Concrete has a tradition of top quality products and service. They now have 11 North Alabama locations to meet this area's demand for quality ready-mix concrete. For your next project, your friends at Kirkpatrick Concrete are just down the road.
We are a bank for the citizens of our communities that we operate in, and we operate with a degree of trust that everyone hopes that they can find in their banking organization.
Looks like Albertville's bringing their offense back on the field now. It's kind of strange after Spence had hit that, what appeared to be a 43-yarder. It went through the uprights after they called timeout, so now Albertville's going for it.
4th and 2.5 here. They're wanting 6 instead of 3. And here is offsides, I believe, going to be called against Boaz. I think one of the Boaz players moved, may have been Truitt, moved up to try to put a hit on Vines off the line of scrimmage. And they're going to get them for offsides. And that will give Albertville a first down.
Wow. I mean, it wasn't even like it was a hard count.
No, he didn't jump. He just moved up to try to bump him.
That's what I'm saying. It's just he got up a little too close to the line of scrimmage.
So that gives the Aggies a new set of downs without even having to run that play. 1st and 10, 3 men wide left, 1 to the right. Ball up to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. Here is Reeves. He's one to run outside. He broke a tackle, 30, 25, 20. Still on his feet inside the 15, and he will move it down to about the 14-yard line. That's going to be an 8-yard gain on first down.
That was a well-designed play. It looked like he was going to hand it off to the running back going the other way, and everybody went that way. But he came this way and picked up 8 yards, so a good play.
Number 58, Tyler Stevens, checks out of the game, and number 65, Ethan Brown, checks in. He'll be the nose guard for Boaz. Roberts in the backfield with Reeves. Best drive of the night for the Aggies. 2nd down and a couple. He is working his way outside. Pass is incomplete, dropped by Spurgeon. Had it right in his hands, and he just, I don't know if he tried to turn and go downfield before he caught it. But it'll be 3rd down. It was Langley over there in coverage. But it'll be 3rd down and a couple here for the Aggies. Ball at the 14. They got to get to the 12 as we approach the 6-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. Boaz leading 2-0, but that lead in serious jeopardy here. 1 man wide left, 2 to the right, 2 men in the backfield for the Aggies with Reeves. Michael will leave it with Looney running right. Got outside. Tries to cut it inside. Still on his feet. And they'll upend him, but I think he was able to fall forward for the first down. He was dancing his way to the right. And let's see. They're gonna stop the clock and bring the chains in. It looked to me like he had sprinted ahead and maybe fallen forward for the first down, but they're going to measure just in case.
Here. Yeah, it does. It looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short.
they'll stretch the chains, and he is a little bit short. I'd say about 10 to 12 inches. So the Aggies, who have gone for it on 4th down a couple of times already tonight, I would imagine they'd do it again here.
Well, you got to think 4th and short. If they went for it on, we're going for it on 4th and 2 earlier.
Be a huge stop if Boaz could make a play here. 4th down and about 8 inches, we'll say. They've got to get across the 12. Ball's just outside the 12. They'll go with a full house backfield. Reeves will go under center. He'll probably run the sneak here. He's trying to go for the hard count. He'll run forward. He has his first down and a good bit more. Inside the 10 he'll go and down to about the 8. And it'll be 1st and goal to go Albertville. The first goal to go situation by either team in this game.
This is where the Boaz defense needs to tighten up and, if nothing else, hold them to a field goal right here.
1st and goal from the 8. Slot, or excuse me, power eye set behind Reeves again under center. He is going to leave it with Tyree Roberts running right.
Good.
He stayed on his feet. Martin hit him at the knees. Great balance shown by Roberts as he pirouetted in the air.
Kind of spun around.
And came down on his feet and gained, what, a couple of yards.
Yeah, they're going to mark it. Heat timeout.
And timeout called. Official timeout mandated by the AHSAA. 5.5 minutes to play here in the 2nd quarter. And it is Boaz 2, Albertville nothing, but the Aggies knocking on the door.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for bullfrog spas and swim spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050. Shane Vandergriff and the Lake Guntersville Real Estate Team are proud supporters of the Guntersville City Schools and Wildcat Athletics. They encourage you to get out and support your local sports. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, the best call you can make is Lake Guntersville Real Estate at 256-582-0112. Visit their informative website, shanev.com. They're your source for real estate in the Lake Guntersville area. They'll support you through the entire process, just like they support the Wildcats.
Screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Pliers.
Pliers.
Phone. Care can be distracting.
Phone.
That's why our new Whirlpool Smart Range lets you care smarter with control from anywhere. So life doesn't revolve around your range.
Give me that Phillips screwdriver, would you, kiddo?
Every day, care. Whirlpool.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bonds Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunner.
You walk in the door, it's a hometown atmosphere, just a great place to purchase a vehicle.
We're going to do what we say we're going to do.
I've been a customer for over 8 years and I love it.
The customer can relax and feel like that there's no pressure.
We've had a very good experience.
I will come back here to buy whatever cars that we are going to buy in the future.
We don't try to steer you in a different direction.
For us, we don't need to go anywhere else.
We want everyone that walk in to feel like they're at home, that they're part of our family. Because at Sand Mountain Toyota, we are more than a dealership.
The last couple plays has been in a power eye set.
Yeah, let's see. Looks like they're going to be in a split back with Reeves between the two running backs.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Reeves in the gun. He'll take the snap. He'll leave it with Looney. He's hit. Falls forward for a yard. Zach Nation coming up to make the play for Boaz.
Actually, they're going to mark it at the 6. That's no gain.
3rd down and goal for Albertville from the 6.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try the outside, try the option possibly, or some kind of sweep.
Been good for them in this first half.
Or possibly look from the pass. You got one-on-one coverage, Spurgeon and Colin Langley over here to the far side on the left.
And there was movement by the Aggies, and I think they're going to get T.J. Vines, who dropped down into a 3-point stance. Looked like he was trying to fool them, but it didn't fool the line judge over here. And so that'll back the Aggies up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 11. That was funny. TJ said he dropped down with his arm and said, "Oh no, I hope they don't see me." Sometimes you just lose your balance. You can't help it. All right, 3rd down and goal from the 11 for the Aggies. Spurgeon again out here on an island with Langley. 1 man wide right out there with Casey Wood. Here is a fake fumble on the play, picked up by Reeves. He's going to look to just heave it in the end zone, and that ball is tipped up and away and caught for a touchdown. It is T.J. Vines who came up with it, tipped 2 or 3 times by the Pirates down there, and T.J. Vines came down with it. Reminds me of a play years ago in this rivalry that William Orr caught on the baseline of the end zone.
It was later in the game, you're right.
Yeah. 6-2. Albertville will send all of their men wide left and then bring the line back to the ball. And Spence will attempt the point after with 4:22 to play. There's a high snap, but it's brought down, and the kick is up and good. So with 4:22 to play here in the first half, the Aggies take a 7-2 lead over the Boaz Pirates. That was a nutty play. Dropped by Reeves. He picked it up, heaved it up. Boaz tips it around in the end zone, and T.J. Vines somehow comes up with it. This is the Boaz now. Long one as far as yards are concerned, but it was long as far as the clock was concerned. And the Aggies put 7 on the scoreboard, and they lead Boaz 7-2.
Yeah, it probably was about you would think a 6 or 7 minute drive, because they got the ball right after Boaz turned it over on at the end, right at the beginning of the quarter. But they only went 44 yards, but it took them 13 plays.
So Spence will kick. Langley, Jacobs, and Neighbors are deep for Boaz. And here is Spence.
That's offsides.
Should have been offsides against the Aggies, but no call. Here is Langley taking it. A good tackle at about the 25-yard line by the Aggies' number 27, Sam Johnson.
Was a good kick. It put Langley all the way back to about the 2-yard line.
So Boaz will try to get it going here with 4:14 to play in the half, trailing now 7-2. Ball is at the 26-yard line to start this drive.
24-yard return.
And indeed, Harley Peppers is the center, and Boaz has gotten number 79, Devin Mason, and he'll be the left tackle, which is where Peppers played previously. Patterson has not returned to this game. Here is a give off right tackle to Colin Langley, but nothing there. Trevor Miller on the stop. We'll give him a gain of a couple of yards, Ricky, but not a whole lot of room in between the tackles on the out of the eye.
No, and you know that's what ended up last week against Madison County in the second half. That was where the bread and butter was between the tackles and throwing the ball.
All right, Boaz will lift the eye this time. They'll go 3 men wide right, 1 to the left. In the gun is Blake Truitt. He is going to retreat. Now he wants to roll. He'll throw a pass that is caught by Ethan Davis for a short gain. And coming out, going to the sideline is Davis, and he's down at the 32 or 33, and a late hit going to come in from one of the Aggie linebackers, and that'll tack 15 more on. Davis was stepping out of bounds, and I think it was Fusel came in and hit him late.
So big break right there for the Pirates to get 15 extra yards after the play, because the play had only really picked up probably 4 or 5 yards.
They're going to move this one up to the 48, and that'll move the chains. 1st and 10 Pirates. There hadn't been a lot of first downs for the Pirates since the opening drive of the game. They'll take them any way they can get them. 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Boaz trailing 7-2.
Plenty of time for Boaz. 3:30 with 2 timeouts left.
Trips to the left, 1 man wide right for Boaz. Here's 1 man, Neighbors in motion. Now Truitt wants to sprint left. He's going to shoot a pass overthrown as he was trying to get it to Andrew Thompson, who was sprinting on an out pattern toward the far sideline. But they're getting a lot of heat, Ricky, from the backside.
Yeah, that time the backside, he was rolling out to the left, but there was heat coming. And
I believe it's Trevor Miller who's providing that heat.
It's not giving Blake time to actually stop and set up and throw. And in turn, that right there made his pass. It was overthrown.
Consequently, Truitt has not thrown the ball
Yeah.
For a good percentage tonight.
Basically, he's 2 for 6.
Second down and 10, Boaz from their own 48. Here's Langley in motion. They will fake to Langley. They're going to throw a screen out to Andrew. Andrew, good speed, 50, and he is going to sprint his way. And up on the 40 to the 45-yard line, ball came loose, but I believe the ground caused the fumble as he was spun out. I think Austin Smith on the tackle. So 3rd down at the 45, 3rd down, Ricky, and about 3. So this could be a big play in the game. Boaz trying to move the chains here around the middle of the field. O'Donnell will come wide right, along with Colin Langley, who's the slot man to the right. Andrew Thompson is in the slot to the left, and Ethan Baker is wide left. Logan Vann, personal protector for Truitt. No tight end for Boaz. Here's motion by Thompson, and he is going to fake to him. Blake looking for the first down. He has it. Moves the chains into the 40. He'll go. That's a gain of 5 yards for Blake Truitt. And a Boaz first down. Took that one over the left side, Ricky, behind Mason and also Daniel McGuire.
Up to the, we'll say the 40-yard line, so a 5-yard pickup that time by Truitt.
Davis checks back in as Thompson comes out. 1st and 10 Pirates inside the Aggie 40. Play, or the game clock was put into motion. We're at 2:20 to play in the half. Boaz trailing 7-2. Slots to either side. Truitt in the shotgun. He's going to sprint right, looking to throw. Throwing way downfield to Colin. Incomplete. Legs got tangled up. He was running with Seth Davis. And also number 37, Austin Fusell. But incomplete it goes, and it'll bring up 2nd down for the Pirates.
Trevor Miller again coming from the backside, putting pressure on Blake. Blake getting a call from head coach Drew Knowles, bringing in the play.
2nd down and 10 from the 40. Looked like the ball got moved back there because it was inside the 40. And here are the Pirates trying to run a 2nd down play. Here's motion by Davis. Deep snap taken. Truitt rolling right. Again pursued. It is incomplete. Truitt hit Davis right in the hands, and he was unable to come up with it.
Yeah, that was
it's going to be a short gain anyway. But
that was a catchable ball. It would have been a gain of about 4.
And again, Miller putting pressure from behind. 1:55 to play in the half. Clock stopped. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the Pirates. Davis comes out and Thompson's back in on this 3rd down and 10 play from the Albertville 40.
You got to figure if you can pick up 6 or 7 yards, it could be 4-down territory.
Possible. Collins in motion. They're going to fake to him. Truitt's looking for Brian O'Donnell down the field. Wrestling for it. Incomplete. And a flag coming out, and they may get the Albertville defender for interference here.
Let's hope so.
Called by the back judge. We'll see who it is on. They were wrestling for it. Manderson and O'Donnell. And they are going to call pass interference against the Aggies. And Boaz gets a big break.
Well, Troy was weird debating whether it was on Brian O'Donnell because I think there was some shoving going on both ways.
Nevertheless, it's a 15-yard step-off on this drive, the second one against Albertville on this drive, and that gives Boaz another first down. All the way down to the Albertville 25. There are a minute 46 to play in the half. Boaz trailing 7-2.
Exactly right, and that's
Baker wide left.
Them.
Thompson slot left, and Nation is wide to the right. Boaz going back to the I formation here. They're going to run a little stretch play. Colin, head of steam, going forward off the left side, and he's good for about 5 into the 20. Clock continuing to tick down. Boaz has 2 timeouts remaining as O'Donnell comes back in for Nation. We'll call it a 4-yard gain to the 21. Second down and 6 for Boaz here. Clock moving, and Boaz still in the huddle. Again, they spread the field. Truitt in the gun this time. 3 men wide left, taking a lot of time to get this play off, Ricky. Motion by Langley. They will fake to him. Truitt is going to look to throw. He is looking. Got a man open. That's O'Donnell. He catches it.
What a catch. At the inside the goal line.
He is down at the goal line. What a great catch by Bryant O'Donnell. Again, wrestling with the defender, Davis. And Truitt put a little heat on that throw, Ricky.
It was a good throw and a good catch. Down inside the goal line. Looked like he fell across the goal line, but he knee hit the ground before he come down. But nonetheless,
they'll say his knee hit the ground just inside the 1. Boaz going under center now. 12 seconds to snap it. 45 seconds on the game clock. Blake behind the center, Harley Peppers. They're going to leave it with Colin Langley. Found a hole off the left side. He's in. Touchdown, Boaz! Colin Langley off the left side scores his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And the Pirates look like
I think they are.
They're going to go for 2 as they lead now 8-7.
If you kick the extra point, it's really not going to matter. A field goal's still going to beat you. So whether you get the 2-point conversion or what or not, let's see what they're going to do. They're going to go for 2, and I believe somebody's going to call a timeout.
I believe you're right. Timeout called. I don't think Albertville had all its personnel onto the field. 35 seconds to play here in the first half. We're going to keep it right here. Going on the run virtually all night, sweeping right or left. That time he sort of just dropped back into the pocket and had a lot of zip on it and put it in a catchable place. And, you know, Seth Davis, the safety, had excellent coverage on O'Donnell. Bryant just made a play.
10 plays and 70 yards on that. And as you said, aided by a couple of big major distance penalties against the Aggies, but we'll take him.
Boaz going for 2 here. Again, they have Baker out there on an island. Dropped the snap. They're going to throw it up to him. He pushed off and got away with it. And
now they're throwing the flag.
They are throwing the flag.
It was a late flag.
And Boaz will have to attempt this again, and I think Coach Knowles is going to say we're going to try for 1 now.
Yeah.
He has gotten away with that little shove off and on over the last couple of years, but that one was a little more obvious as he tried to get a little bit of space between himself and Stephon Henderson, who was out there guarding him from the corner spot. And they will call it pass interference against Boaz. So Boaz is going to send the kicking team in, Emmanuel Aragon. Well, they declined the penalty, so Boaz will not have a chance. Coach Knowles is saying, do we not get a chance to kick one now?
It's a loss of down.
So it will be 8-7 with 35 seconds to play. Coach Knowles is trying to get an explanation from the umpire, Bud Moore, and he may not like it, but that's the rule. 8-7 in favor of Boaz as they take the lead. Kickoff coming up next. This is the Boaz Network.
With gas prices and inflation at an all-time high, Alexander Ford understands it's tough out there. We do not want to be just some dealership, we want to be your dealership. For all your sales, parts, and service needs, we believe we can save you money. We have new inventory on the way, a fully stocked parts department, and an award-winning service department.
Alexander Ford has been family owned and operated for over 50 years in Boaz. We want to be a part of your family.
Visit Boaz Discount Drugs and Johnson Hallmark in their new location just up the street on the corner of Highway 168 and Elizabeth Street in Boaz. Same helpful, friendly service with personal attention to each prescription. Boaz Discount Drugs is your prescription compounding specialist with custom medications to fit your needs. And Johnson's Hallmark is your source for all occasion cards and gift items. Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Wildcats lead the Arab Knights in a region game, Ricky. Fort Payne showing no mercy on any of their opponents so far. 8-7, the Boaz lead with 35 seconds to play here in the half. Emmanuel will kick to the Aggies. And I believe Boaz gets the ball to start the second half. Isn't that right?
No, Albertville won the toss and deferred.
Okay.
And we got the start.
Check me on that. All right, kickoff coming from Emmanuel Aragon. He's going to kick a squibber right down the middle of the field that comes to Looney. He's trying to get outside to the 30, and he is outside. 45-50. He's at the 45, and they'll knock him down finally at the Boaz 35-yard line. 25 seconds left for the Aggies to try to do something with it here. They don't have to get very far to get in Spence's range, Ricky, for a field goal attempt. I lost sight of Looney over there in a gaggle of red and white jerseys, and he came out of it. He was about 10 yards downfield.
So Albertville's got, well, they don't have any timeouts left. So you figure they're going to have to complete some passes and get out of bounds.
They bring the offense out. Boaz is in a bit of a prevent look here as the secondary swaps sides of the field.
Well, you can't give much of a prevent look right here. Or if they make a play or go out of bounds, they'll be in field goal range.
Reeves is going to retreat, looking to throw. Ball is incomplete as they tried to get it to Vines. Throw was a little high and went through his hands. Boaz had good coverage over there. I think Battles, Truitt, and Langley were all over there in the vicinity. So it'll be 2nd and 10 Aggies with 19 seconds left.
Well, one thing if you're Boaz that you got going for you is if Albertville thinks, okay, they're going to be going for the pass, so I'm going to run a play, keep the ball and run, Albertville would not have, probably not.
There is a snap, a fake snap.
So that's
by the center towers.
Did Boaz jump, or is it going to be on Albertville?
No, I think Albertville just snapped
illegal
the ball.
Procedure. Yeah, illegal snap.
So that'll back them up 5 yards.
That's the That's the 6th penalty against the Aggies for 55 yards, so I'm sure Coach Poole's not happy about that.
Boaz has a couple of extra DBs in the game, Ricky. Although Andrew Thompson plays rover, he's more like a defensive back, and they check Tyler Neighbors in as a dime package man. So Boaz has basically six DBs in the game, rushing only 3 here. 2nd down and 15. Reeves in the gun, takes the deep snap, looking to throw a swing pass out here to Roberts. Good blocking on the corner, 40-35, and he will be run out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So he gets all of the penalty yardage back and about 5 or 6 more. And he's run out of bounds. They'll stop the clock with 12 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he still not probably within field goal range just yet, maybe another 5 yards. I don't know.
3rd down and about 6. Wide outs to either side, 3 to the right. Motion, and they call it. Roberts taking the swing pass to the 30. And Albertville's going to be hit here, Ricky, with an illegal motion play.
Yeah, I believe Roberts kind of moved a little bit early.
Not only will it cost them the 5 yards, but it's also going to cost them 7 seconds.
Exactly. And Patrick, you were wondering about this. They've got the score 10-7 up there. So did we get the 2-point conversion? We'll have to
find that out at halftime. They did decline the penalty. All right, it's 3rd down and about 11 for the Aggies, and this will probably be the last play of the half.
And Boaz is backing up even further. You can't figure if they can't get a 1st down. Well,
and the clock's already moving. This will be the last play. They'll just try to throw it up, and Reeves doesn't even get the play off. Boaz will take an 8-7 lead, I'm going to say, into the locker room.
I think the officials realize, referee Richard Manley, that it shouldn't have started.
So we'll have a do-over.
5 seconds. It was 5 seconds flat. We know that. Or are they just going to go one play?
We'll see. All right. Nobody in the backfield with Reeves. They're just going to throw it up into the end zone. Boaz simply needs to knock it down, Ricky. Don't need to do anything else. Reeves is going to set up and throw deep down the field. It's going to be in the end zone. And that ball is going to be caught for a touchdown by Dante Spurgeon. The old Hail Mary. And up in the air went the ball, and down came Dante Spurgeon with it. And the Aggies are going to take the lead into the locker room with a point-after attempt by Spence. (13-8) is the score, although they still have 13-10 up there. I'm going to have to find out about that at halftime. Boaz needed to knock it down, and they just didn't do it, Ricky. And there is Spence's kick. It's up and through. So it's 14-8 as the Aggies score on the final play of the half, and the Boaz Pirates will have to put that one behind them as they get into the halftime.
Yeah, because Albertville will have the ball to come out in the second half.
We're going to send it to Regina Leith in the studios of WBSA for the halftime, and we'll be back with third quarter action after these words.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family. Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. from large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. RE/MAX Guntersville is a proud supporter of the Guntersville City Schools academics and athletics. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the year. For all your real estate needs, call on the local professional staff at RE/MAX Guntersville, 256-582-5585.
Everything that we do, we try to do the right thing, own our core values and our statement of purpose. That's the way we live each day.
Steve and Marilyn Murphy invite you to visit Harrelson Drugs. In addition to being your trusted healthcare resource, Harrelson carries a great selection of gifts and collectibles. You'll find aisles of the most popular names and brands suitable for any occasion. They're also your source for customized invitations and printing. You'll always find an all-occasion card to say exactly what you feel. Harrelson's also carries convenience groceries from the shelf and from the cooler. Harrelson Drugs on the corner of Obrig and Patterson in Guntersville.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Marshall County Gas, a proud sponsor of this community channel broadcast on Horizon Communications. Enjoy the game and make it a point to get out and support your local athletic programs. And remember, gas does it better, naturally.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Horizon Communications archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
You know, I kind of got a little bit of a explanation at halftime from the officials on that at the end of the half, because you cannot end a half on a penalty. So when the play ran out, you still had to run one more play when the time ran out. But I understood that if we had declined the penalty and the clock runs out, then Albertville does not get another play. So it's just kind of another twist in this series. You know, there's always something that goes on in the series. And, I mean, as bad as it is, and you say hopefully psychologically they're not too bad, it's still just 14-8.
And here is the ball coming down to Looney, who fumbled it on the kickoff as Boaz is kicking to start the second half. Jerron Looney came up to grab it, kicked it around, but Albertville was able to fall on it, and the Aggies will have it at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
A lot of hearts dropped over there on the Albertville side right quick.
Yeah.
But Albertville's got it at their 33. And really both offenses about as close as you can get. Albertville with 110 total yards, Boaz with 109 total yards.
The other touchdown Albertville scored was
a fourth down.
Dropped by Reeves. He picked it up, threw it up
goal.
there, and it was tipped around 3 or 4 times, and T.J. Vines came down with it. Here's Tyree Roberts getting into the open. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Run out of bounds at about the 20, and I see 2 separate flags on the play. One is
back
down
about the line of scrimmage.
As I was going to say, close back to the line of scrimmage. The other one at the Boaz 37 or 38, and they'll probably both be, one will be a hold, one will be a block in the back. Let me give you some scores while they're sorting this out. Let's see, block in the back against Albertville, hold against Albertville. Fort Payne is leading Arab 31-7 in a region game. The other region game that we have a score on is Southside leading Scottsboro 3-0. Really close game there. Fairview up on Douglas 34-0. Gunnersville leading Butler 13-8. New Hope over Brindley Mountain 34-0. North Jackson putting it on DAR 48-0. Darlington has now got a 34-9 lead on Sardis. Crossville has taken a 14-7 lead on Cherokee County, Ricky.
Wow.
And Plainview leads Geraldine 25-14. This penalty that will be accepted is going to back the Aggies up inside the 25, but Roberts really got loose on that particular play right there.
Yeah, and they're back to the 22-yard line, so a big break for the Boaz Pirates. Actually, that's a loss of 11 yards on the play. So let's see if Boaz can keep them in this hole.
It is going to be another man carrying it this time. That's 38 Colin Wells. That's his first or second carry of the night. But he's got good yardage. He gets it all the way across the 35 up to the 39, where Albertville will now just face 2nd down and 4. That was a huge gain for the Aggies right up the middle. Boaz has got to stiffen up the defense so far.
Picked up 17 yards. I said you want to keep them in a hole, but they let them out of a hole, and now Albertville's in a second manageable situation.
Trips left, 1 man wide right. Wells in the backfield along with Reeves, and Wells again will get the call. Cut it back against the grain. He's got more room, still on his feet, will not go down as he gets the first down and more up to the Boaz 49. And the Aggies are really beating the Pirates at the point of attack. Tyler Martin making the tackle for Boaz.
Another 10-yard pickup, and the Aggies, especially on that left side of the offensive line, just blowing the Pirates off, blowing them back.
Kyle Lowry is the left tackle. He's 240. Austin Lowry next to him is 170. So big discrepancy in weight, but they're doing the job along with the center Will Towers, who comes in at 200 pounds. Here's Roberts back in. He'll take it back to the right side. This time Boaz does a much better job as Corbin Battles wraps him up as he tried to go to the right side. That'll be a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Albertville. You can catch this game live streaming video on www.boazk12.org. Audio on WBSA and WBSAAM.com. 2nd down and 9. Shotgun formation for Reeves and the Aggies. Here's motion by the slot man, Looney. They'll fake to him. Reeves is going to float out, has a man wide open out of the backfield. It's Roberts, 40. He's still on his feet as he spins ahead, but he has another Aggie first down. Well-designed play. Reeves showing a lot of deception as he faked to Looney, who was sweeping, and bootlegged it to the right. And Roberts coming out of the backfield, and nobody was around him, Ricky.
And another 17-yard pickup on the play, and the Aggies are kind of get their offense untracked.
They're eating up chunks of yardage on this drive, the first drive of the second half. Boaz trailing 14-8. And the Aggies putting together a very, very solid drive. Reeves will leave it with Roberts. He'll cut it back to the left again, 35-30. He's to the 25, still on his feet. Tripped up at the last second by Langley. But not before he is up to the 21-yard line, and that is another Albertville first down.
That's 3 plays of over 10 yards in this drive out of the 5 plays that they have run. And that's not counting the long run by Roberts on the first play.
They're taking it, Ricky, right toward the center and then cutting it back to the left.
Just kind of caving in that left side, just kind of caving in the Boaz defense toward the middle.
Looks like Clay Massey is on the left guard. And here's a give to Roberts, spun out of a tackle. This time they'll drop him behind the line. Andrew Thompson got him. He was hit first by Logan Vann, spun out, and then Thompson able to finish him off. That'll be a loss.
About 4 yards. Back to the 25.
2nd and 13 from the 25 for Albertville. Roberts with his hands on his knees, Ricky. He really got belted on that one. Here is a deep snap taken by Reeves. They'll fake this time. He wants to throw a swing pass out to Looney. It's complete. He's upended after a gain of about 6 or 7 by Langley. Beautiful pass by Reeves.
It was. Just kind of floated it out there, and he caught it, picked up the 4 that they lost, plus about 3 or 4 more up to, we'll say, the 18-yard line.
Albertville faces 3rd and 7 here as Vines and Spurgeon go wide left, Spence and Looney to the right. Roberts in the backfield, and they're eating up a lot of clock too, leading 14-8, Albertville. Here's a fake again. Michael wants to throw again. It's the same play. Roberts wide open, and he's down inside the 5, and they will put him down at the 1. And it'll be 1st and goal to go for the Aggies. That's the same play they ran a few minutes ago where Looney came around to get the fake. And Roberts got out of the backfield untouched, really. Caught the pass and went down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go, and they bring in the power. They lift several of those receivers, and they'll go with a full house backfield, power I set. Roberts dotting the I at tailback. Reeves will leave it with Roberts off the right side. He's in. It's an Albertville touchdown with 7:46 to play. And that drive was a thing of beauty.
Yeah,
they pretty much had their way with the Pirates on that one.
5 plays of more than 10 yards, 11 yards.
So Spence in to attempt the point after, and that puts Boaz obviously down 2 possessions now, 20-8. They score on their first possession of the second half.
And that's the first touchdown drive that Albertville's had, and first touchdown that's been, you know, I guess you could say a legitimate touchdown.
There is Spence's kick, and it is no good. So let's see if that plays a factor. It's 20-8 with 7:46 to play here in the third quarter. The kickoff when we come back. This is the Boaz Network.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for bullfrog spas and swim spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050. Shane Vandergriff and the Lake Guntersville Real Estate Team are proud supporters of the Guntersville City Schools and Wildcat Athletics. They encourage you to get out and support your local sports. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, the best call you can make is Lake Guntersville Real Estate at 256-582-0112. Visit their informative website, shanev.com. They're your source for real estate in the Lake Guntersville area. They'll support you through the entire process, just like they support the Wildcats.
Screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Pliers.
Pliers.
Phone. Care can be distracting.
Phone.
That's why our new Whirlpool Smart Range lets you care smarter with control from anywhere. So life doesn't revolve around your range.
Give me that Phillips screwdriver, would you, kiddo?
Every day, care. Whirlpool.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bonds Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunner.
You walk in the door, it's a hometown atmosphere, just a great place to purchase a vehicle.
We're going to do what we say we're going to do.
I've been a customer for over 8 years and I love it.
The customer can relax and feel like that there's no pressure.
We've had a very good experience.
I will come back here to buy whatever cars that we are going to buy in the future.
We don't try to steer you in a different direction.
For us, we don't need to go anywhere else.
We want everyone that walk in that feel like they're at home, that they're part of our family. Because at Sand Mountain Toyota, we are more than a dealership.
First Baptist Church of Guntersville is another proud supporter of Guntersville High School. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the seasons.
Quarter, the Albertville Aggies have taken a 20-8 lead over the Boaz Pirates. This game still, Ricky, a long way to go, but if Albertville is able to move the ball like that offensively, it'll be curtains for Boaz.
I mean, it's not got to the critical point for Boaz, but they need to keep it. They need to get some points because the way Albertville pretty much moved the ball at will that drive, you've got to score and stop them. You really can't start swapping scores right now.
I saw defensive coordinator Eric Whaley get out there and met his defense on the way back from the end zone, and he had a little talking to with them. Spence to kick off. Kicked it really deep last time, and this one is also going deep, but it's going to come down to Tez Jacobs. He picks it up after he fumbled it at the 5-10, looking to get outside, 15, and they will knock him out of bounds short of the 20-yard line at about the 18. That one sort of had a funny spin on it. He had trouble handling it when it came to him. And it'll be 1st and 10 Boaz at the 18. So they're going to have to go a long way in order to get back in this game.
64 yards rushing in the first half, 45 yards passing. Blake Truitt was 4 of 9 for 45 yards in that first half. Only two players carried the ball. Two players carried the ball in the first half, Langley and Truitt. Both of them had 32 yards apiece.
They'll go back, Ricky, to the I formation here. We saw it some of the time in the first half. Truitt under center, and he is going to leave it with Langley. Needs a block, got a block, 20. Needs another one, 25. Gets outside, almost broke away. And a flag coming in, and they may have gotten them with a face mask here as a flag came out. That's going to be a Boaz first down up at the 30-yard line. And a couple of good blocks on the corner by the Pirates.
Yeah, they were good. And Collins just kind of picked his way through it. We'll say a gain up to the 29. It's going to be a 5-yard face mask. We'll call it the 35.
So they'll move it just inside the 35-yard line. Boaz moves the chains. A lot of determination by Langley on that run, and he got a couple of good blocks on the corner. Boaz had huddled up. They broke the huddle and brought about half of them back, as they'll go back to the shotgun now. Here's motion by Langley. They will fake to him. Truitt wants to run. Straight ahead. He's got some room. He is powering his way forward for another first down as he ran over 2 or 3 Aggies. It was a nice pull, Ricky, by Emmanuel Aragon, the right tackle, able to seal off and give Truitt a good running lane. And it was number 15, Riley Honey, who made the tackle for Albertville. But Boaz moves the change yet again, 1st and 10, as they have it midway between the 47 and 48-yard lines. As they break the huddle, Baker will go wide left along with Thompson. Langley in the slot to the right, and Brian O'Donnell back in. He's the wide right. Van in front of Truitt, that sort of pistol look that they'll go with. And here is Boaz dropping back to throw. Truitt looking for Langley. He's wide open. 30, 25, cuts it in at the 20, still on his feet. A block, 15-10, flag on the play as Collin goes all the way down inside to the 5-yard line. But this one, they're going to get good yardage on it, but it's going to, some of it will be nullified, I believe, by blocking the back downfield.
That could be the result of the fact that Collin just switched gears, come back across the field, and, you know, the offensive player may have just been in a wrong position. Like you said, it's
and now they're saying it's against Albertville.
Oh, okay. Face mask.
So Boaz, Ricky, is going to get this ball up to about the 5, and then it'll go half the distance. So Boaz will be 1st and goal here at about the 3-yard line.
Was it a 15-yarder?
No, it was a 5-yarder, but they were at the 6. So half the distance to the goal will get it into the 3.
That was a 41-yard pass.
And Langley was wide open out of the back, out of his slot position. Sort of ran a wheel route, I believe. They'll go back to the eye here, see if they can just blow the Aggies off the ball and get it in. Last time they did this, they went off the left side with Langley. They'll try it again. Big hole off the left side, and no signal yet. I believe they're going to mark him down short. That was a huge hole created by McGuire and Peppers and Mason, and then a big block by the fullback Logan Van, and they'll knock him down. Boaz is nose in at the goal line. They don't even need half a yard here. 2nd and goal, 5:55 to play. That was Langley on the carry. All right, Truitt again puts him in the eye. May see the very same play. Big gaping hole came open. Now they'll go right. Langley stuffed this time. That was a good play by Champion, who came in from his middle linebacker position, and they will stop the clock for the heat timeout. And they'll give him forward progress, I guess, to the 1. Now they'll say he lost back to the 2. So the heat timeout comes, and Boaz will get to talk this one over. It comes at a good time for Boaz. 5.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Albertville with a 20-8 lead.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family. Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. RE/MAX Guntersville is a proud supporter of the Guntersville City Schools academics and athletics. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the year. For all your real estate needs, call on the local professional staff at RE/MAX Guntersville, 256-582-5585.
With your Citizens Bank & Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank & Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay and is available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Steve and Marilyn Murphy invite you to visit Harrelson Drugs. In addition to being your trusted healthcare resource, Harrelson carries a great selection of gifts and collectibles. You'll find aisles of the most popular names and brands suitable for any occasion. They're also your source for customized invitations and printing. You'll always find an all-occasion card to say exactly what you're feeling. Harrelson's also carries convenience groceries from the shelf and from the cooler. Harrelson Drugs on the corner of Obrig and Patterson in Gunnersville.
They're going to put Baker and Thompson wide left. They're going to bring Nation in as the tight end on the right. Van will be in front of Langley, and they're in the I formation. Truitt will go under center. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Reckon they might try the corner or something since they've got stuffed up the middle that time.
I would expect them to go off the left. Oh, they're going to throw the pass up top to Baker, and it is incomplete, but a flag is coming out on the defender, Henderson. I don't believe he ever looked back for the ball, Ricky, and Baker is hurt. He is not getting up. He may have gotten kneed or something because Stephon Henderson, I don't believe he ever turned around. So Mario Duster, Thad Brooks will get out there to take a look at him, and I see Albertville trainer Tim Duckett also out there on the scene. Baker is hobbling off the field under his own power. I expect he'll be back. He's favoring maybe an ankle. They're going to split Brian O'Donnell way out wide left. Andrew Thompson to the slot to the left. I think they'll probably just keep it straight ahead, don't you? Truitt has an I formation behind him. Give to Collin. Collin trying to find the end zone. They'll try to get him from behind. They won't. He's in. Touchdown, Boaz. Langley off the left side. And they pull Boaz within one possession. Now Manuel Aragon will attempt the extra point. This will be his first attempt of the night. Boaz had a safety earlier in the game that made it 2-0, and then later on scored a touchdown. And as Ricky said, as Ricky mentioned, the 2-point conversion was nullified because of a pass interference penalty against the Pirates and a loss of down. So this is the first attempt by Aragon on the night, and he's done well for the season. He's 5 out of 6 on these point after attempts. This is his first one at home, Ricky, and he's kicking, look at that, into a sea of people in that end zone down there. Emmanuel's kick is up, though, and it looks true, and it is. Boaz cuts it to 5. It's 20-15 with 5:16 to play here in the third quarter. We'll be back.
Marshall County Gas, a proud sponsor of this community channel broadcast on Horizon Communications. Enjoy the game and make it a point to get out and support your local athletic programs. And remember, gas does it better, naturally.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
With gas prices and inflation at an all-time high, Alexander Ford understands it's tough out there. We do not want to be just some dealership, we want to be your dealership. For all your sales, parts, and service needs, we believe we can save you money. We have new inventory on the way, a fully stocked parts department, and an award-winning service department.
Alexander Ford has been family owned and operated for over 50 years in Boaz. We want to be a part of your family.
Visit Boaz Discount Drugs and Johnson Hallmark in their new location just up the street on the corner of Highway 168 and Elizabeth Street in Boaz. Same helpful, friendly service with personal attention to each prescription. Boaz Discount Drugs is your prescription compounding specialist with custom medications to fit your needs. And Johnson's Hallmark is your source for all occasion cards and gift items. Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Here's the kickoff by Manuel Aragon as Boaz has cut it to 5 here. It's coming down to Spurgeon, head of steam, 30-35, and he will run over a man and get tackled by that man. I believe it's Adam Perkins, number 84. Andrew Thompson also in on the play.
Big defensive series right here for the Pirates. They allowed the Aggies to go straight down the field on the opening series and score a touchdown. Then the offense got it back and went right down and scored. Now the defense needs to toughen up and get the ball back for the offense.
1st and 10 Albertville. They've got it in good field position at the 42. And here's Reeves. He's been good all night. They're going to leave it with Roberts spinning out of a tackle. He's still on his feet. He will not go down. Finally, 3 Pirates have to put it down. 4 Pirates, Wood and Neighbors, and also Brandon Holland. Boaz got a freshman in the game defensively.
Right at midfield, an 8-yard carry.
2nd down and 2 for the Aggies. Roberts has been good tonight, Ricky.
Yeah, he's got 72 yards on 11 carries. Plus he's got 2 big catches on that last drive for 34 yards.
All right, Reeves with 4 wideouts. They'll fake to Tyree. He wants to keep it running outside, and he's got his first down as he goes forward inside the 45 to about the 42. The one thing you can say about Albertville tonight, Ricky, is aside from the snap that went over the punter's head, they have not turned the ball over and they've had a few costly penalties, but they have not laid it on the ground except the one time when Reeves picked it up and threw a touchdown.
Exactly, and, just things have worked right for them tonight.
1st down and 10 as the Aggies have it now at the Boaz 43. They'll spread the field again. Boaz trying to get a stop here. Reeves is going to leave it with Roberts. Roberts found a seam, still on his feet, dancing his way. Another 10, 12 yards on 1st down. Truitt on the tackle from the safety position, but Boaz is getting nothing, Ricky, from the linebackers before he's in the secondary.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned it in the first half, 2nd quarter, when you called Tyler Martin's name. That's a name that we've not called a lot, so Albertville's done a good job of neutralizing him and Corbin Battles and, Jensen Hill. Roberts is pretty much by the linebackers before you know it.
Another 1st and 10 for the Aggies. Already down to the Boaz 30. They were going to leave it with Tyree. Again, a big hole off the left side. He goes airborne, but it's put down. Looked like Martin did make the stop there. And Truitt, but he got 7 more yards. 2nd down and 3. Boaz defensive line has got to assert itself a little bit. They're getting no push at all. And Tyree is having a big night. Now they've got Colin Wells back in there and giving Tyree Roberts a rest, and they will leave it with Wells. Again, he'll cut it back left, hit hard by Martin. He spins out of it, though, and fights his way forward, and he's going to be close, and I believe he'll have another Aggie 1st down.
They're just chewing up chunks of yardage and grinding out 1st downs. And
Boaz they're going to lift Truitt and Neighbors, and they'll get Langley and Baker back in there.
That's 5 plays, and they're already inside the Boaz 20-yard line.
Boaz also had Casey Wiggins in the game, giving those secondary guys a little bit of a rest. Casey Wood moves to safety, and Boaz is going to spend a timeout. And I think we saw Eric Whaley give his defense a little talking to when they came off the field a few minutes ago. They may be getting another one right now. 2:40 to play, third quarter, and it is Boaz 20, Albertville 15. This is the Boaz Network.
Was close to Nathan Spence's field goal range.
No question.
If nothing else, you need to hold them to a field goal here.
20 to 15, Albertville leads it. I think I gave the score incorrectly going to break, but Albertville is in the lead here by 5, and they have it 1st and 10 inside the Boaz 20.
A turnover would be big at this time.
Boaz has not gotten one tonight. Here's a give to Looney running right. Good block on the corner. He'll turn it downfield, and he'll go inside the 15-yard line. He's good for about 5 yards or more. Casey Wood coming up to make the stop from the cornerback position.
And that's 5-yard pickup.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 for Albertville at about the 14. So it's going to be a short 5 too. We'll call it, let's call it 2nd and 4. It's more of a 4 yards to go as Roberts is back into the game here. Ball is on the right side hash. Albertville moving right to left, all in white, save for the black helmets and numerals. Reeves takes a snap. They'll leave it with Roberts. He leaped over a man, trying to get outside. He'll be knocked down by Langley. Langley came up from the corner to make the stop and took Roberts' knees out from under him, and they'll give him a yard on the play, and that's it.
But it looked like he was going to get a lot more than that.
He hurdled over a couple of men who were battling on the left side of the Albertville line.
And Colin came out of nowhere to chop him down.
3rd down and about 3.5. Reeves in the gun. And Boaz moves prematurely. I believe they're going to get Boaz for offsides here, Ricky. And that will give Albertville a 1st down again without having to run a play. He went with a hard count. And that'll put the ball inside the 10 to the 8. It'll be 1st and goal.
That's only the second penalty of the night against the Pirates, but both of them costly. Same circumstance.
New set of downs for the Aggies. 1st and goal. 3 men wide right, 1 to the left. Reeves in the gun. Boaz showing blitz. They'll leave it with Roberts. He's in. Untouched off the right side. Touchdown, Albertville. That play, that little handoff read, which has given it to Tyree every time, has been unbelievable in the second half. Boaz is simply unable to do much with it.
It's been money for them.
And that'll be, the Aggies now take a 9-point lead, and will try to make it 10 with this extra point. Again, it's back to a 2-possession game. And I think a timeout's going to be called by Albertville, and it will be with 1:08 to play. They will use their first timeout of the second half. We'll be back for the extra point try. This is the Boaz Network. Line really has been imposing their will on the Boaz defensive line in the second half, and consequently they're getting hardly any stops whatsoever for short games.
Yeah, I mean they're averaging, I'd say they're probably averaging 5 or 6 yards a run this half, and you can't win when you're allowing that kind of.
They're going to go for 2 here, which is I'm a little bit surprised about, but as well as they've been moving the ball, I guess they're trying to make it an 11-point game.
Be a
13-point game. It's 26-15 now. It is an 11-point game. And Reeves is going to run the 2-point conversion try. He'll retreat. He's going to look to throw, rolling right, under pressure, pass into the end zone. Wide open is his man, and 30. He has it. Alston Smith. And it is now 28-15 in favor of the Aggies. It is a 13-point deficit for the Pirates. And with 1:08 to play in the third quarter, we'll be back for the kickoff. This is the Boaz Network. Leading 28-15, and they have looked very crisp offensively. here in this second half.
Yeah, they've taken 2 drives. They got that one at their own 42, went 58 yards in 8 plays and scored, picking up 8, 6, 7, 8 yards a play, and 8 yards of the touchdown run by Tyree Roberts. And so they've had no trouble moving the ball. Boaz moved the ball the one time they had the ball in the second half.
Yeah, there have only been 3 offensive possessions in the second half combined.
But like we said, this is not a point in the game where you can swap scores with them.
Nathan Spence's kick is going to come down to Colin at the 6. He's going to look for a little hole. Now he'll explode to the 30, to the 35. He's to the 40 and crosses the 40-yard line and goes down at about the 43. Good return again by Langley. And it'll be first down Boaz from there. So if you can keep it a 1-possession game, anything can happen, but Boaz has got to continue to
They're going to have to answer the Albertville score right now. That's a good 37-yard return by Colin.
Colin's got a little sod in his face mask, and Daniel McGuire is having to perform a little manicuring surgery there. So it'll be 1st and 10 Pirates at their own 43. Under a minute to go now here in the third quarter. Still a lot of football to be played. This one's not over, but Boaz has got to stay close. They'll go without a running back. Truitt will be in the gun. Now they'll bring Colin sweeping to the left. He will fake to him, and Blake wants to keep, but he can't get out of a tackle made by number 58, Paul Anderson. Good play by Anderson from the defensive lineman position. No gain on the play, we'll say. It'll be 2nd and 10. I don't think they've given it to Colin sweeping like that all night, Ricky. I think every time they've done that, Colin has gotten the fake and Blake has kept it.
Yeah, we've not done that yet. Like you said, that's something that Madison County shut down last week, and they've just not attempted it this game.
Now Blake wants to roll left and throw, sets up, ball is incomplete. I think he was trying to get it to Baker, and it was behind him, and it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10. So not the scenario Boaz wanted here. They got to move the chains.
Yeah, you don't want to come out 3rd and 3 and out with this Albertville offense, the way they've been moving the ball.
All right, they'll break the huddle with Boaz bringing 3 men wide right, 1 to the left. Shotgun for the Pirates, Van in front of Truitt. 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Will probably be the final play of the quarter. Truitt is going to drop back to pass, and they'll blow this one dead. I think Boaz took off early. A couple of the receivers took off.
Yeah, I'm not sure who.
The Albertville band was playing at the snap, so it's hard to hear. .11 seconds to play, and first it'll be 3rd and 15 now for the Pirates. They break the huddle. 3rd down and 15. And the third quarter comes to a close. And that is the end of the third quarter. The Albertville Aggies, Ricky, will take a 28-15 lead to the fourth quarter of play. Anything could happen, but Boaz is facing 3rd and 15. When we come back, fourth quarter action. This is the Boaz Network.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
We are a bank for the citizens of our communities that we operate in, and we operate with a degree of trust that everyone hopes that they can find in their banking organization.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Here as we start quarter number 4. 3 men wide right, that is the short side of the field. 1 man wide left out here all by himself with Henderson is Baker. Now here comes Langley. Truitt sets up to throw. Pass is going to be thrown and caught by Langley short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about a yard for the Pirates at the 48-yard line of Albertville. They'll need 1 to go.
Up to the 48.
I think with what Boaz, or the way Albertville's moved the ball, I think probably going for it here is a no-brainer. Langley's going to come to the sideline, and now they will send the play in with him. 4th down and a long one. They've got to get across the 47 for the first down. Boaz is up to the firing line. Albertville just now breaking their huddle. Truitt in the gun. And I think Boaz is going to call timeout and talk it over, and they are.
The play clock was down to about 5.
11:09 to go. Albertville 28-15 over the Pirates. This is the Boaz Network.
$11 minutes to go in the game, 11:09, and there's still time to play, but this is a big play. If Boaz doesn't get the first down right here, Albertville comes back and has another drive like they've had. They'll ice it away.
Boaz will be in the shotgun. Langley will be on the right in the slot. Truitt calling an audible to the rest of the team on this 4th down and 1 yard to go. Here's Langley. He'll get the fake. Truitt's got his first down, and he stumbles forward inside the 45. He'll go down to the 41, and that's the exact same play Troy called during our break, Ricky, that they felt like they would fake it to Langley and let Truitt run, and he did just that.
Up to the 41, I guess we'll say Albertville 41-yard line.
1st and 10 Boaz.
7-yard pickup. That is right at 100 yards rushing for Boaz tonight, and they came into the game averaging right at 200.
1st and 10 Pirates. They'll load up the gun. Here's Thompson in motion. Clock on the move. Truitt's going to run right. He's in trouble. Pass is caught by Langley, 35. Got his first down up to the 30. Tackled over there by number 29, Manderson. That was a nice looking play. He found Colin underneath. And Boaz will move the chains again up to the Albertville 30.
11-yard pickup.
Sort of flooded that right side over there.
Yeah, because there was somebody else over there too.
Yeah, Thompson. Again, Boaz will spread it out, double slots. Got Ethan Davis back in. He's the slot man on the left. Truitt, again audibling, takes the snap, retreating, looking to throw. Lots of time. Down the field, he'll throw it into traffic, and it is going to be intercepted by the Aggies, I believe. It is. It's Manderson who came up with it. Double coverage, Ricky, down there, and one of the Boaz men fell down.
Brian O'Donnell.
And I believe he was trying to get it to Langley, and he was behind the defender Manderson, but Manderson went up to get it, and the Aggies are going to take over at the Boaz 7, I believe.
Their own 7.
Yeah, at their own 7. Set me on that. 10-14 to play, and Boaz turns it over. that's their first one of the night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. Well, this is definitely crunch time right here. You got to have a quick 3 and out if you're Boaz.
10-14 to play. Looney's in the backfield with Tyree Roberts, and they flank Michael Reeves, who takes the shotgun snap. They'll leave it with Looney running left, tries to turn it downfield. Good defense that time by the Pirates. They'll stop him, I think, for a loss of a couple.
I was about to say this would be a good spot for that first touchdown turnover of the night.
It was Tyler Martin who got up to make the tackle for a yard loss on Looney. And this time Looney will split wide right along with Vines and Spurgeon. They've got Spence wide left.
Yeah,
Roberts in the backfield.
I wouldn't look for Albertville to put the ball in the air, especially deep in its own territory.
They'll leave it with Tyree running right. Again, Boaz this time well defense. Andrew Thompson got up to make the play.
Yeah, a good job of fighting off his block and stopping Tyree for maybe a yard gain.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Aggies at the 7. Again, Boaz moving personnel in and out of the game.
Albertville, you can tell they're being fairly conservative right here. They don't want to risk a turnover here, throwing an interception or something. The clock's in their favor. It's running. Boaz only has 1 timeout left.
9 minutes to go. Aggies check their armbands and are ready to run a play here. 10 seconds on the play clock. Reeves in the shotgun. He's just going to run it out to the right. Boaz coming up, and they'll knock him down. Gain of a yard. Martin and Langley, Thompson, and Kerr all in there on the stop. So it'll be 4th down and 9, and the Aggies will punt. Now this is only the second punt they have attempted tonight. The first one never got off because the snapper snapped it over Spence's head. And Boaz got a safety out of it. Langley will go deep. Let's see if Boaz can get something out of this. And
Nick Jackson, number 10, is the snapper.
Spence is in the end zone about halfway to punt this one away. He's got a good leg, as we told you earlier. There's a good snap to him. He gets it out of there. It's a wobbly kick. Collins going to take it. He's at the 42, 40. And good coverage by the Aggies. It was number 2, Stephon Henderson, who made the tackle on Langley. But Boaz will start this drive at the Aggie 36. So they've got to score, and they've got to score relatively quickly here with 7:53 to go. And the Pirates almost to desperation mode, trailing 28-15.
Yeah, you're almost where you've just about got to try to put the ball in the air every play.
Langley is going to get a rest as they get Neighbors into the game. 36-yard line's a spot for the Pirates as they send O'Donnell wide right along with Neighbors. A couple of cousins out there on that right flank. Baker and Thompson over here on the left. Truitt in the gun. Here's motion by Neighbors, and they will give it to TJ. Running left, cuts it upfield, and he will go forward for about 4 yards. Nice gain on 1st down there for Neighbors, who just came into the game offensively. It's the first time they've given it to the sweeping man, I think. Maybe one other time to Thompson. Don't really recall, but anyway, they haven't done it but maybe once or twice, if at all.
Yeah, we'll call that a 5-yard carry.
2nd down and 5 for the Pirates. Ball resting outside the 30-yard line. Truitt's going to send Neighbors and O'Donnell again wide right. Thompson and Baker to the left. Blake in the gun. Albertville rushing 4. Shotgun snap taken. They'll leave it. No, he will fake, and Blake wants to keep. He's got some room. He's to the 25. He's down to the 21-yard line. That's a Boaz 1st down. Langley is over here on the sideline. Ricky getting some oxygen and water. He hardly ever comes out, so I mean, sometimes he just gets spin. He has to come take a break.
Up to the 21-yard line, so that's about a 10-yard pickup for Blake.
Faked the sweep to the runner, to the flank man, and Truitt kept it. Truitt's had a nice game rushing the ball tonight. Double slots. Motion by Thompson. They will fake, and again Blake will keep it. Good block in the inside of the interior of the line. May have been McGuire who made the block. And let's see, I think the Aggies have a man injured, and that'll stop the clock at 6.5 minutes to go. Ball is down at the 15-yard line, Ricky, where Boaz will face second down and about 3. I don't know who the injured Aggie is. I can't tell from here. We have an injury timeout. We'll break away as well. This is the Boaz Network.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for bullfrog spas and swim spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050. Shane Vandegrift and the Lake Guntersville Real Estate Team are proud supporters of the Guntersville City Schools and Wildcat Athletics. They encourage you to get out and support your local sports. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, the best call you can make is Lake Guntersville Real Estate at 256-582-0112. Visit their informative website, shanev.com. They're your source for real estate in the Lake Guntersville area. They'll support you through the entire process, just like they support the Wildcat.
Screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Pliers.
Pliers.
Phone.
Care can be distracting.
Phone.
That's why our new Whirlpool Smart Range lets you care smarter with control from anywhere. So life doesn't revolve around your range.
Give me that Phillips screwdriver, would you, kiddo?
Every day, care. Whirlpool.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bonds Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunner.
You walk in the door, it's a hometown atmosphere, just a great place to purchase a vehicle.
We're going to do what we say we're going to do.
I've been a customer for over 8 years and I love it.
The customer can relax and feel like that there's no pressure.
We've had a very good experience.
I will come back here to buy whatever cars that we are going to buy in the future.
We don't try to steer you in a different direction.
For us, we don't need to go anywhere else.
We want everyone that walk in that feel like they're at home, that they're part of our family. Because at Sand Mountain Toyota, we are more than a dealership.
First Baptist Church of Guntersville is another proud supporter of Guntersville High School. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the seasons.
And the Boaz Pirates, Ricky, are going to run a 2nd and 3 play here. As Colin is back in after getting some much-deserved rest.
He was able to get a good rest, and that injury timeout gave him a little bit more.
2nd and 3, Pirates. And they're going to send a safety back in the middle of the field thinking Boaz is going to throw here, and they are. Here is Truitt running right. He is looking to throw now. He'll just keep it. Sidestep to man, and he's going to be close to a Pirate first down. I believe number 51 got in there to make the stop. I don't have him on my roster. A lot of that going around this year.
Almost about a yard to go, so he gave him a 3-yard gain, 3rd and 1.
And we're going to call, their timeout's going to be called here for the official heat timeout with 5:47 left to play here in the game. 28-15. The Aggies lead it. Boaz trying to make something happen on the 3rd and 1 when we come back. This is the Boaz. A field goal really does Boaz no good.
No, they've got to score a touchdown here. A field goal just brings them back within 10, which is still a 2-possession game. They're almost getting into that situation where if they score, they may have to try the onside kick.
Yep. Clock is moving at 5:37 as we're inside the final half of a quarter here. Here's Colin. They'll fake it. Blake's trying to get outside, wants to find the first down marker, and I don't believe he did.
Oh, no.
It's going to be really close. Good pursuit over there on the right side by the Aggies. They're going to stop the clock. I believe he got out of bounds, and it'll depend on the spot of the ball. They're bringing in the whole crew to look at this one.
They're going to bring the chains about a foot. Short, so no gain.
So Boaz with their feet to the fire here on a 4th down at the Albertville 12.
Albertville did a good job of getting a lot of bodies to the ball, and Blake really didn't get a good clean look at it, and just never materialized. So here's, you know, if the last 4th down on the last drive was a big play, this is it right here.
4th down and inches. Albertville changing things up defensively. They're bringing everybody in tight.
Blake's going under center.
I formation is going to line up behind him. Van and Langley audibling to the team, and they'll leave it with Colin. Colin head of steam. He's got his 1st down, and he'll go inside the 10, and a flag coming out. Maybe a face mask added to this, Ricky. Clock stops with 5:09 to play. It is indeed a face mask. I saw the signal from the line judge, and they'll move it. The ball is at the 6, I believe, or the 7, so they'll move it inside the 5. We'll go half the distance. And let's see where they put it down.
About
Hard to
3.
tell. Yeah, this will be like a 2-point conversion, but they'll have 4 tries at it with 5:07 to play. Clock on the move here again. The I formation for the Pirates. I wouldn't be surprised if they went on that left side again, although Albertville thinks they're going to do that. He's going to fake. Rolling out of it. Truitt's going to float a pass to Colin Langley in the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Boaz.
Truitt got rid of it just in the nick of time.
Indeed he did. He was almost in a lot of trouble, and Boaz cuts it to 7 here. And a point after coming up with 4:51 to play. That's Colin's 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. Excuse me, his 1st receiving touchdown of the season, and Truitt's 2nd touchdown pass this year. Emmanuel's on for the point after, and Truitt will hold it for him. Kick is away, and it's good. Boaz has cut the game to 6 points with 4:51 to play. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion. This is the Boaz Network.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family. Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. RE/MAX Guntersville is a proud supporter of the Guntersville City Schools academics and athletics. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the year. For all your real estate needs, call on the local professional staff at RE/MAX Guntersville, 256-582-5585.
Everything that we do, we try to do the right thing, you know, on our core values and in our statement of purpose. That's the way we live each day.
Steve and Marilyn Murphy invite you to visit Harrelson Drugs. In addition to being your trusted healthcare resource, Harrelson carries a great selection of gifts and collectibles. You'll find aisles of the most popular names and brands suitable for any occasion. They're also your source for customized invitations and printing. You'll always find an all-occasion card to say exactly what you feel. Harrelson's also carries convenience groceries from the shelf and from the cooler. Harrelson Drugs on the corner of Obrig and Patterson in Guntersville.
Wayne Caudle, Internet Services. Joe Maples and Troy Rogers, our spotters. Statistician and analyst Ricky Smith, and I'm Patrick Williams.
Both teams, I know Albertville's assembling their hands team, and it looks like Boaz. I don't know a lot of theirs on the kickoff team, so.
There are some different folks out there. We'll see what happens. 4:51 to go. Boaz has but one timeout remaining. Albertville still with 2. Albertville's bringing everybody to this side, thinking that it's going to be an onside kick. Let's see what happens.
Dink it over the right side.
Aragon looks like he's going to kick it deep, Ricky, at this point. Albertville's not putting anybody too deep. They'll kick it that way and over toward the sideline, and it is going to be covered up by the Aggies at about the 23-yard line, 24-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 Aggies, so Boaz has got to stop them here, Ricky, on 3 downs and make them punt it.
Yeah, and you got to figure Boaz will call a timeout, at least one of them, maybe wait till 3rd down.
You've got to stop Roberts.
Yeah, you know Albertville's going to just give it to Tyree.
Or Reeves could keep it.
Or Reeves keep it, or, I mean, you know, any of the.
We hadn't seen that option in a long time since the first quarter when they were running it so well. Let's see what happens here as they come out onto the field. Boaz fans rising to their feet, trying to cheer on the Pirates defensive squad. 1st and 10, here's Reeves in the gun. He'll take the snap. He will leave it with Looney, who's getting the handoff, and they'll sprint him up for a yard, and that's it. I believe it was Josh Kerr who made the stop for Boaz. A yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9. Boaz will let the clock run here. 4:30 to play.
Well, you got to think if you can stop them 3 and out, you're gonna have plenty of time, at least 2.5 minutes.
Of course, Albertville using all the time possible on the play clock.
Well,
when they snap this one, it'll be at about the 4-minute mark.
Yes.
They spread the field. Tyree in the backfield with Michael. Michael's going to throw a screen pass out to T.J. Vines, looking for some room, dancing his way forward, but he's short of the 1st down up to about the 29-yard line. And Albertville will face, Ricky, 3rd down and 5.
Good play by Boaz to defend that pass over there.
Play of the game. 3rd and 5 right here from the Albertville 29. The Aggies trying to move the chains. A 1st down would almost salt it away. Boaz trying to stop them. 3rd down and 5.
After throwing it on that play, I don't know if they'll throw it or not.
They tried to get Boaz to jump, Ricky, as they've done a couple of times tonight. Play clock's down to 5 for the Aggies. Been able to run almost a minute off between plays. Tyree has it. Tyree looking for the 1st down, and I believe he muscled his way forward, and he may have, and I believe he does, have the 1st down. The line judge says yes, indeed. So does referee Richard Manley, and they move the chains. Tyree Roberts straight ahead, a lot of power.
Needed 5, and he got 6. Basically, the person that had carried the load for him tonight.
3 minutes. Clock moving. They've been able to run almost a minute off between each of these plays, which is amazing. Reeves checking the Boaz defense. Takes the snap. He'll leave it with Roberts. Roberts is going forward for a yard, maybe 2. 2:40 to play. They'll unpile. Albertville leading at 28-22, and they have the ball. Boaz in desperate need of an Aggie turnover, something they have not done tonight. They're taking forever to get the ball down.
Yeah, Tyree came out of the pile and held on to the ball and took his time. And
20 seconds on the play clock. They'll be able to milk this all the way down inside 2 minutes. 2nd down and 9. Motion by Looney. They will leave it with Looney. Running right, looking for room, won't find any. They'll drop him for a loss. Truitt got up there along with Andrew Thompson. Clock continuing to run here. 147, 146, and Looney is on the ground, and they need to stop the clock. Now he's up. The ball is down, but not yet put in play. Third down and 12. Boaz's time is running out. A minute and a half to go. They've got to force a punt. Albertville getting a man on late. That's Tanner Jones way out wide left.
Well, if you can stop them here, you're going to be able to call timeout. They're going to get the play off with a little over a minute to go.
Motion by Spence. They'll fake. Reeves wants to throw across the middle, has a man wide open, and it's caught for the first down, and that'll do it. T.J. Vines, beautiful throw by Michael Reeves. He lifted it over all the defenders, and Vines was there. That is a risky call in that situation.
And a gutsy call.
But big-time reward, and the Aggies are going to win this game. 59 seconds left. They'll just have to drop to a knee. Boaz can stop it one time. That was a beautiful throw by Reeves. Wonderful touch, and they're going in to something they have not gone into in this game in a long, long time, and that is victory formation.
Well, and if that pass is incomplete, Boaz gets to save the timeout, but
Boaz will spend their final timeout with 34.8 seconds left, and Coach Knowles will bring them to the sidelines to talk it over. As you might imagine, the Aggie fans are going absolutely berserk over there on the far side, and there's a lot of, how you can say, pin-up emotion over there, and looks like their students are coming out to rush this field when the game's over. So
2002 was the last time that they tasted victory in this series, and Boaz had run off 7 in a row.
Ricky, what the last 7 or 8, 10 years have done, however, though, is really changed the tenor of this rivalry, because in the past it was, unless you had the likes of somebody like Fred Davis running the football, it was a case where, you know, maybe Boaz thought they had a chance, but most of the time they didn't. But that's not the case anymore.
No.
Every game is going to be like this. There is Reeves dropping to a knee on second down. That'll bring up third down, and they will not have to snap it again. Aggie players saluting their fans, as well they should. And the time is going to run out on the Pirates. They're going to give Joel Poole a Gatorade bath over there, and they're going out to shake hands. And here come the Aggie fans rushing the field. And congratulations to Albertville Aggies as they win this game 28-22. We'll be back after these messages with the offensive and defensive players of the game. This is the Boaz Network.
Everyone drive safe. Have a good evening.
Fellas of Boaz High School, Patrick Williams and Ricky Smith. The game has gone final. The Albertville Aggies have defeated the Boaz Pirates 28-22. And Ricky, we've got to give out some awards here. Our offensive player of the game, sponsored by Captain D's in Boaz. We're proud of everything Captain D's does for Boaz football. We're going to give it to Harley Peppers, who stepped in for center Jake Patterson when Jake went out. Harley hasn't had a lot of reps at center, but he did an outstanding job tonight. So Harley Peppers is going to be our offensive player of the game. He'll get a free meal from Captain D's in Boaz. Defensively, we're going to award it to the linebacker, Josh Kerr, the defensive player of the week, sponsored by Bancorp South. And congratulations to both Harley and Josh, and both of those young men would trade in those awards for a win tonight, no question about it. But give credit to the Aggies, Ricky. Their offense was something to behold in the second half of play.
Yeah, they just took the ball, especially the first 2 times they had the ball, and just went straight down the field. Just their offensive line pushing our defensive line back, and as Troy made the comment a couple of times, when your safety, Blake Truitt's, having to make most of the tackles, you know you're in trouble. You know, we talked about, I said after that first touchdown, you know, in the second half, that was the only legitimate touchdown, first legitimate touchdown of the game for them. I didn't mean anything bad by it. Their first 2 counted in the first half. They all do, but they were fluky. But I'm sure Albertville says we'll take them, fluke or not.
Absolutely. And this really puts a shake-up on the regional race.
Well, you know, with Arab losing and Southside winning, you know, Southside over Scottsboro, you're going to have Fort Payne and Southside at 2-2.
2-0.
2-0, I mean. Boaz, Arab, Albertville, Etowah, all 1-1. So, I mean, it's still early. You know, it'll shake itself out.
Next week, Boaz will travel to Scottsboro to take on the Scottsboro Wildcats, who will come into next week's game, I'm assuming 0-3, unless they pulled something off against the Southside Panthers.
Lost to Huntsville in the opening first week of the season, then lost to Arab last week, and last we heard they were losing to Southside tonight.
So it should be an interesting next week, as we got one more game in
back on the road.
Region play. Yeah, we'll go back to Scottsboro, and then we'll jump out of region in week 5. But lots of things can still happen here. Don't let this one get you down, folks. Albertville was well prepared tonight, and tremendous game by Michael Reeves and Tyree Roberts. And congratulations to the Aggies as they defeat the Boaz Pirates 28-22. That's going to do it here from Corley Stadium. For Nathan Davis handling things for Horizon Sports, and our man with Internet Services, Boaz City School Systems, Wayne Caudle, our spotters, Joe Maples and Troy Rogers, and our statistician and analyst, Ricky Smith. Again, your final score, Albertville 28, Boaz 22, and this is Patrick Williams saying so long, everyone.
Marshall County Gas, a proud sponsor of this community channel broadcast on Horizon Communications. Enjoy the game and make it a point to get out and support your local athletic programs. And remember, gas does it better, naturally.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh. Quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
With gas prices and inflation at an all-time high, Alexander Ford understands it's tough out there. We do not want to be just some dealership, we want to be your dealership. For all your sales, parts, and service needs, we believe we can save you money. We have new inventory on the way, a fully stocked parts department, and an award-winning service department.
Alexander Ford has been family owned and operated for over 50 years in Boaz. We want to be a part of your family.
Visit Boaz Discount Drugs and Johnson Hallmark in their new location just up the street on the corner of Highway 168 and Elizabeth Street in Boaz. Same helpful, friendly service with personal attention to each prescription. Boaz Discount Drugs is your prescription compounding specialist with custom medications to fit your needs. And Johnson's Hallmark is your source for all occasion cards and gift items.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
We never set out to be J.P. Morgan or Wells Fargo. We set out to be Citizens Bank and Trust and to serve the community as a community bank, and we're content with that.